We are going to discuss about the basic information about op-amp. So on completion of this topic, the students will be able to explain the ideal characteristics of op-amp. They can able to summarize the basic information of op-amp, and they can explain the types of op-amp. So what is op-amp? Op-amp is nothing but it is an operational amplifier, which is a device used for amplifying the signal using external power source. So here it consists of transistors, resistors and capacitors. Also it contains three popular packages available. One is the metal can package, dual inline package and the flat package or flat pack. Normally operational amplifier is an analog circuit block, that is it takes differential voltage input and produces single ended voltage output. So these op amps are usually having the three terminals, that is two high input impedance and low impedance output. So this inverting input can be usually denoted in minus sign, and the non-inverting will be denoted in the form of plus sign. This is usually used to amplify the voltage differential between the inputs, and also which is useful for variety of analog functions, that is single chain power and control applications. So here this op-amp packages may contain single, dual or four op-amp, and also it has a 8 terminal, 10 terminal, also used in the 741 op-amp, that is single op-amp. So this op-amps also has as the 5 terminals. One is 2 input terminals and 1 output terminals, 2 power supply terminals. So you can see it in the diagram, that is 741 op-amp. So 1 and 5 are offset null, and 2 is inverting, non-inverting is 3, and power negative power is 4 and positive power is 7. So 6 is an output and 8 one is not connected to anything. Now here, this operational amplifier classifications are normally in 4 ways. So the first one is the voltage amplifiers will be taking the voltage in and producing the voltage at the output. And in the case of the current amplifiers, it will receive the current input and produce a current output. And in the case of the transconductance amplifiers, this converts the voltage input to the current output. And in trans resistance amplifiers, this will convert the current input and produces the voltage output. So here, this operational amplifier is a three-terminal device which is consist of the two high impedance outputs. You can see the inverting input in the form of the minus sign and the non-inverting in the form of plus sign. And normal characteristics of the op-amp are infinite input impedance, zero output impedance, zero input offset voltage, infinite open loop gain, infinite bandwidth. So in the case of open loop gain, this it is a measure of the gain which is achieving there is no feedback is implemented in the circuit, so that this voltage comparators will compare the input terminal voltages, and even with the small voltage differentials, this voltage comparators can drive the output to either to the positive or the negative rail, so that it is very much beneficial in the closed loop configuration, as well as they will be they will be having a stable circuit behaviors across this temperature and also in the signal variation. When in the case of the input impedance, this input impedance will be having a high input impedance, and also it is measured between the positive and the negative input terminals. So this ideal value will be infinite, and also this minimizes the loading of the source, whereas there will be a small leakage. So this can be controlled by an external loops, or feedback can be carefully handled through it. And the next one is the inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifier can be denoted as I1 is equal to Vi by R1, and V dot is equal to minus I1 into RF, which is equal to minus Vi into RF divided by R1. So gain V dot divided by Vi is equal to minus RF divided by R1. In the case of non-inverting amplifier, Vi is equal to V dot divided by R1 plus RF into R1, and V dot divided by Vi is equal to R1 plus RF divided by R1, which is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. And the possible questions or the basic information about op-amp are: explain the ideal characteristics of op-amp, summarize the packages of op-amp, describe the operations of inverting operational amplifier, explain the operations of non-inverting amplifier. Thank you.